Multiplying and dividing decimal numbers are much more easier than adding or subtracting the decimal numbers. Because over here we need not have the decimal numbers one below the other. The reason for that is 89.3 can be understood as 893 over 10. Okay, and 1.2 can be understood as 12 over 10. And as we know, in order to multiply the fractions, we need not have any common denominator, or we need not have any other such things. We need to only multiply the numbers. So this is simply 893 multiplied by 12 upon 100. So let us multiply 893 and 12. So basically we are just ignoring these decimal points and we are multiplying 893 and 12. So 3 2s are 6, 9 2s are 18, 1 carry, 8 2s are 16, 17, 0, 1 3s are 3, 1 9s are 9, 1 8s are 8. Let's add them. So we have 6, 8 plus 3 is 11, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 7 is 17, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10716. So 10716 upon 100. So since there are two zeros in the denominator after 1, the answer to this will be rewriting the number 10716 in such a way that there are two digits after the decimal point. So we shall place the decimal point between 7 and 1. So the idea is just multiply the numbers ignoring the decimal points, and then since there is one digit after the decimal point and there is another one digit after the decimal point, we shall be having two digits after the decimal point. So place the decimal point in such a way that it has two digits after the decimal point. So we need not have these decimal places one below the other. In order to get more clarity, let us deal with this second sum. What is 6.6 multiplied by 0.35? So just ignore these decimal points and we have the numbers like 66 and number like 035. And 035 is nothing but 35. So just multiply 66 and 35. 6 5s are 30, 3 carry, 6 5s are 30, 33. Then we have a 0, 3 6s are 18, 1 carry, 3 6s are 18 plus 1, 19. And then add them, 0, 11, then 9 plus 1 is 10, 13, 1 carry, 2. So the answer to this is 2310. But wait, we had these decimal points. So how many digits were there after the decimal point? There was 1, 2, and 3 digits after the decimal point. So starting from the back, we are going to place the decimal point over here so that we have 3 places after the decimal point. So the answer to this is 2.310. And as we know, this 0 can be ignored. So the answer to this will be 2.31. So this is in fact much more easier, and if you even don't place the decimal points one below the other, you are going to get the right answer. But whenever we are going to multiply 10, or whenever we are going to divide 10 or 100, this becomes much more easier. So first of all, let us just multiply 189 and 10. We know 189 multiplied by 10 is 1890. Okay, we just ignored this decimal point and we wrote 189 over here and multiplied it by this 10. So the answer to this is 1890. But how many digits are there after decimal point? We have 1, 2, 3. So we shall place the decimal point in such a way so that there are 3 places after the decimal point. So again, ignoring the last 0, the answer to this would be 1.89. Zeros after decimal point can be ignored provided there is no other digit after that. But there is a simpler way to multiply a 10 to that particular number 0.189. So whenever we multiply a number, we shift this decimal point towards the right. So when we multiply 10 or 100 or 1000, we shift the digits towards the right side, of the decimal point. So since there is 1 0 over here, we shall shift this decimal point, one digit towards the right. So the number was the 0.189. So this decimal point goes from year to year, and that number becomes 01.89. And 01.89 is nothing but 1.89. So this is an easier way to do the same thing. So let us now go to the next sum. How shall we divide 0.189 by 100? So when we divide 10 or 100 or 1000, we shift the decimal point towards the left by that number of places. So over here, 0.189, we need to shift this decimal point towards the left, thereby making the number even more smaller. Because when we divide 100, the number has to become smaller and it will not become bigger. So let us place some extra zeros over here, which we shall remove afterwards. Since there are 2 zeros, we shall shift this decimal point 2 places. So 1, 2. So the decimal point will now lie over here. And then we can remove the extra zeros. So the answer to this would be 0.00189. And suppose if I multiply, let's say, 1000 to this number 0.00189, the decimal point will shift 3 places towards the right, because we are multiplying a number, so the number has to become bigger. So now it will shift from here one place, 2 places, and 3 places. So that number shall then become 0001.89, and then we can remove these extra zeros, and the answer to that would be 1.89. Let us discuss how to divide 3.5 with 0.7. We shall rewrite this as 3.5 divided by 0.7. And then look at the denominator. After the decimal point, there is one digit, 7. So we shall be multiplying 10 to the denominator and 10 to the numerator also, so that this decimal point goes away. So 0.7 multiplied by 10 is simply 7. How? Because 0.7 when multiplied by 10, the decimal point shifts towards the right, and this shall become 07 point, which is nothing but 7 point, which is nothing but 7. In the same way, 3.5 multiplied by 10 shall become 35. Decimal point shifts over here also. And then we know 7 ones are 7, 7 5s are 35, and therefore 5 is the answer. So 3.5 divided by 0.7 is 5. Let's deal with the last sum. How shall we find 22.8 divided by 4? So we shall divide 22.8 and 4. So 4 6s are 24. So we have 4 5s are 20. Then the 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. And instead of placing this decimal point down, bringing it down, we shall write it in the quotient and bring the 8 down. And 4 6s are 24, 4 7s are 28. So the answer to this is 5.7. You can practice more and more such sums, and you'll become an expert on this. Thank you for watching.